Blue energy courses through the air. Habin's eyes snap wide in surprise. He asks, "Huh?" The energy builds to a peak. A massive explosion of blue light erupts. The blast tears apart the surroundings. In another place, people react in shock to the sudden power surge. Habin looks on in bewilderment. It was machine which gets blast, but now there's nothing left. Smoke erupts from the shattered debris. The sword spirit exclaims, "Oh, as expected, what incredible power!" Habin stutters in disbelief. "What the?" She wonders, "Why is this thing so weak?" and laments, "She just wanted to rest at home in peace." She concludes, "If I've committed any crime, it's overestimating the scanner." Habin clutches her head in distress. She wonders if the offense was truly worth such an explosion. Man from office questions what occurred. Habin stares in shock. The air shimmers with a strange effect. Habin looks utterly panicked. She internally frets about how to explain the situation. Habin resigns herself to the situation. She decides she must proceed. The sword spirit appears, looking smugly gloats that she must reveal her powers now. Man nearby reacts to the smoke and debris. He tells it's busted and asks if she is all right. He declares the item is defective. Man and Habin stand facing the sword spirit. Habin angrily confirms the item is definitely defective. Hyun questions the statement in disbelief. Hyun asks them to repeat themselves. Habin becomes agitated. She angrily asks how they could install defective equipment paid for by taxes. Habin shouts, asking what if she had been injured. The sword spirit dismisses her concern, claims that even if the machine exploded 1,000 times, she wouldn't burn a single eyelash. Habin declares she'll report the situation to the news. Man recoils in terror. The sword spirit seems appalled. Finally, the civil servant believed Habin and granted a retest at a different center. Spirit shock and disbelief as if this is still just blackmail, and retest is underway. Habin lies still, resolving to play dead even if mistaken for an object. This was Habin's firm intention. The sword spirit reacts with sympathy. A voice excitedly announces, "You're rated A class, congratulations!" The room erupts in celebration with confetti. People begin applauding vigorously. A box confirms Habin was rated A class. The applause continues echoing. Hyun clutches his head and screams that it makes no sense. She suggests the machine must be broken. She insists something is definitely wrong. Someone asks if Hyun is okay. Another person reminds him that A-class signifies a high-level hunter. Man and woman seemed surprised by the scene unfolding before them. Man couldn't help but wonder about the teenager's expectations. They thought it was unfortunate, and believed the girl would later regret her public outburst. The girl screamed loudly, tears streaming down her face. In her mind, she couldn't accept what was happening. Outside, the health center stood against the sky. On this day, unseen by Habin, Ahizar felt only pure joy. Ahizar's delight manifested as the sword spirit danced happily. Habin was sleeping on bed. She felt like her easy life was over. Habin mourned the loss of her blissful days of lounging in bed. The sword spirit tried to console her, asking why she was upset. The sword spirit internally justified its actions, believing it had hidden its happiness well to avoid Habin's anger. Habin admitted that, technically, she had avoided the worst-case scenario. As pyramid shows of rank, she explains the incredibly small number of SS, SA, and S-rank hunters makes tracking detailed rankings difficult, contemplating the possibility of reaching SS rank or even higher. Scene shifts. Hyun stares at a futuristic screen displaying world and Korean hunter rankings. He wonders why the ranking hasn't changed despite hearing about a new SS rank hunter. Surely everyone should have been pushed down one spot. People would naturally question this, especially since below A rank, the sheer number of hunters makes detailed tracking pointless. Habin looks panicked, realizing these high ranks are the last chance for any kind of private life. But her hand reaches out towards a paper on a desk. Habin sits on her bed, holding the document, feeling a lack of freedom, especially as an A rank. It seems anyone B rank or higher is required to attend the training institute. Reading the new hunter orientation information sends a jolt through her. She realizes refusing to go will lead to her arrest and imprisonment. She yells in frustration. She wanted C class. As Sword Spirit wonders if C ranks are exempt from the training center. A voice explains C ranks get to train comfortably online. Habin imagines herself relaxed, doing online training in pajama pants. Explains that B rank and higher must train in person for a full month under constant supervision. Habin realizes she must go to the center and hide her powers. Habin laughs hysterically, worried she might die from stress-related hypergrowth. She lists another potential embarrassing way she might die from stress. The Sword Spirit laments the country's policy of trapping high-level users in training. As Habin feels like she might actually die, Habin collapses onto a couch, looking distressed. She wonders why Korea seems to handle things so well. She suggests that if reincarnated, one should become a Korean-praising YouTuber eating spicy food. She recalls foreign channels having strange names. Sword Spirit finds the idea unexpectedly epic. The Sword Spirit cries in despair. Suddenly, her phone begins to ring. A notification appears on the phone screen. Habin sees a message from her class president. She asks in surprise. She thinks to herself, "Is it that time already?" She reflects that she dropped out before the first year ended. She muses that half the group left during the gate crisis, yet the chat group lasted 5 years. She concludes it's probably because of that person. The scene shifts and a voice says, "Figures." The class reunion group chat appears. Treasurer Onse-won says they should organize it. Treasurer Onse-won asks if Kang Tae-so will come this time. Kim Ji-yeon asks about Kang Tae-so. Suni bursts in asking if Tae-so is coming. Suni asks again, "For real?" Kim Ji-yeon replies that Kang Tae-so is super busy, and chat keeps going. Habin looks at the intense chat conversation. The Sword Spirit beside her looks shocked. He wonders, Kang Tae-so? What kind of guy is he to get people this hyped? As we gets introduced, Kang Tae-so, Korea's top SSS-ranked hunter. He was the top student from Yunseol High, Class 1-7. He's now Korea's representative hunter, number 2 globally and number 1 nationally. Kang Tae-so is called a true national treasure and ultimate celebrity. Looking at the chat, she thinks that it feels like a completely different era now. She remembers in high school he used to sit in the back and share novels and comics with her. She observes that he's gotten so much taller since she last saw him. The woman thinks, this is awkward, seriously. She wonders how to describe seeing a long-lost friend's face plastered all over the streets. Her phone starts pinging with notifications. The woman complains that her phone is heating up from the group chat. She thinks, honestly, the group chat only exists because they secretly hope Kang Tae-so will message one day, and the only reason it's still going is because he hasn't actually left the chat. She looks angry. She remarks on people looking down on him in the past and wonders why everyone wants to see someone else and not her, frustrated about missing reunions. The Sword Spirit states that success changes everything and people would cling to her if she revealed herself. Habin shouts, "No need," rejecting the idea. Habin reconsiders, thinking she should see everyone one last time if the world is really ending. She texted in group that she's going this time. Habin reacts in shock as no one replied. The Sword Spirit is surprised too. The Sword Spirit points out that Habin was completely ignored. Habin falls onto the bed, exclaiming in frustration. The Sword Spirit asks if Habin is sulking. Habin strongly denies sulking. Scene shifts somewhere at night. 2 figures stand on a city street at night. One figure asks the other what he is staring at. The other figure starts walking without saying. He gets clueless watching him walking. He dismisses the other person as still socially clueless. He declares he's done here and ready to leave. A distinct sound of stepping can be heard. The scene shifts to the quiet night city view. Footsteps echo in the street. Hyun-soo holds up a smartphone. The screen shows the time and a message preview. Hyun-soo looks at his phone surprised. The message is from Hyun Habin.